Come to Himalayan region. Come to Nepal. Come to Himalayan region. Welcome to Nepal. Welcome to Himalayan region. Welcome, sir. Welcome to Nepal. Welcome to Himalayan region.
Thank you.
Hearty welcome. Yeah, welcome sir, welcome to Nepal, welcome to Himalayan region. Welcome sir, welcome to Nepal and welcome to Himalayan region.
Excellency, the German ambassador.
Welcome sir, welcome to our beautiful Nepal and welcome to our Himalayan region. Yeah, welcome.
मलाई परेन
सरलाई एकदम हाम्रो
confusing pictures in the media. One, two. Thank you. Only one thing. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I feel so privileged. We both actually, my colleagues, Mrs. Mann and I myself, Vipak, we feel so privileged to be associated with you, I mean, Your Excellency. So let me just try and brief you about our hiking plan now. So after Your Excellencies, you have your tea and coffee. We are going to go behind this building there in the eastern part, and that is exactly from where this accessible trail actually begins. And the moment I think we go in that accessible trails, that last almost like 45 minutes along the ridge, and let's hope we have the same sort of weather so that you have a fantastic privilege to have a view of a valleys on the both sides, on the right hand side as well as left hand side. And still we are having the two mountains up in the north there. The one is in your left, just to give you a quick briefing, because you never know, it might get vanished, it might get just disappeared, because this has been a kind of a weather phenomenon. I mean, you know, the weather tends to be super volatile. The volatility of weather of Pokhara is absolutely intense. So the one what you are having on the left, the little one look like a thumb one, that one is Annapurna 4. The elevation of that Annapurna 4 is almost 7,215 meter, and whereas the one what you have on the right hand side above the cloud, I mean, after Annapurna 4, there is Annapurna 2 there. That one is almost 7,900 meter. So those are the two mountains which are integral part of the Himalaya. I mean, the Annapurna Himalaya mountain range, there is still visible there. So now let me get back to the, briefing of the hiking. So this accessible trail, let me take you, I think you deserve, Your Excellencies, you deserve to go through a little historical background. How this concept of accessible trail the inclusive tourism. What Metro lies, I think, let me take you, I mean, in the flashback of 2018. So 2018 was a landmark year. That is exactly when we had a conference, like an international conference on a kind of what you call accessible adventure. International conference on accessible adventure, and that conference was absolutely instrumental to come up with that brilliant idea of just making this accessible trail. And the beauty of having this accessible trail is not only to let differently able people to enjoy the, beauty of this nature, but also to let, physically able people to just, use that particular trail. And that trail has got its own historical significance. That trail has got its own natural significance. That trail has got its own religious significance, because along the trail you might come across so many temples there. And not only that, you come across, let's say, the view of the valley on the left and the right, and even the view of the mountains, let's say the view of the Himalayas mountain range. And just to remind you, we are in the foothills of the Himalayas. We are in the foothills of the Himalayas, and the elevation what we are having now is almost 1400 meter approximately. And then during our hike, we are going to go a kind of a gentle uphill, a kind of a really easy kind of, easy kind of walk we are going to have. And as far as your pace is concerned, it is entirely up to you, because we are not just going to make you rush your excellencies. I'll lead the way, and I humbly request your excellencies just to follow.
Pokhara.
Of course.
So, is it okay to interview?
Absolutely, yes. Yes. Okay.
Your name, please.
So my name is Michael Croft, and I'm the new UNESCO representative in Nepal. So UNESCO is the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization. And so, of course, Nepal being a country of significant cultural and natural heritage, it's a great privilege and honor for me to be here. I'm very new. It's my first trip to Pokhara. It's also my first trip outside of Kathmandu. I've only been in Nepal for 4 weeks. But from day one, the hospitality and the warmth of the greeting from the Nepali people was very nice for me and my family. But now we are so excited to see not just warm Nepali smiles, but also the beautiful Nepali landscape. And for me to see the mountains for the first time, the Himalaya, this morning was very moving for me. It was like almost like they were a painting in the sky, if I can put it this way. The trek today was a good trek. I think we remembered that we weren't doing so much exercise in the lockdown, so we were breathing a bit heavy. But it's a place of great natural beauty, and also, as we discovered today, also of cultural and historical significance in Nepal. So it's been really a wonderful day. We still have some things to explore, but already I'm looking very much forward to coming back. I'm feeling a bit guilty because I left my wife and my children in Kathmandu, so next time I have to bring them here to enjoy. But we want to thank very much for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, also from our friends from the Ministry of Culture, Tourism, and Civil Aviation, and all the local administration here in Pokhara, who has really put on, I think, a very excellent tour for us and the colleagues. And this is a much better way to spend a Monday than in the office in Kathmandu, I can tell you that. So thank you very much. Yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Your Excellency, would you like to talk?
Sorry.
So, is this the first trip after this pandemic, or?
Yeah, that is my first trip because I just arrived in Nepal. I came only early September to Nepal, and I took the opportunity, the invitation of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to take part in this trip, and it was fantastic. for somebody who has never seen the mountains like that, Himalaya is wow, it's overwhelming.
So how will this excursion help to promote Nepal?
I have posted some photos which I took yesterday evening from the Peace Pagoda, and I could see the South Annapurna. And I have posted that on Facebook, and all my friends said, "Oh, we have to come to see that."
That's nice. So, and then, do you think that the tourism will revive again in Nepal?
Definitely, definitely, because this is unique. Nowhere else you find that. So Nepal has a unique landscape, and tourism will revive. Tourists will come back, definitely.
What other things should be added for the better tourism destinations?
Oh, I'm not long enough here. You have to ask my colleagues. They know a little bit better about Nepal. So far, I find everything I find just fantastic. So. Extremely friendly, helpful people, and a culture of receiving guests, and so everything is okay. You only have to take care to protect this environment for the future.
Thank you.
Basically waiting for the resumption of the flights, which may take place after 2 weeks. And once these flights are resumed, I think there will be a flow of Bangladeshi tourists, because this is a great destination. It's a very attractive destination for Bangladeshis to come and see the beautiful mountains of Pokhara and other places also.
So how was your experience?
So it was great. We had a good trekking, good hiking. Although this was for the first time for me, but I enjoyed it very much.
Was it difficult?
No, not very difficult. This was first time, but it was very enjoyable.
What are the best things you observed in this?
Oh, the natural beauty of Nepal, the flora, fauna, the biodiversity. These are the best things, and I would urge for steps for protection of this in the future.
So what promotional activities should Nepal do to attract the visitors?
Yes, Bangladesh doesn't have mountains. We have very small mountains, so the mountains attract us. So if this could be projected more, you will get more tourists. Bangladesh.
We are just promoting.
Yeah, sure. Hi, Pertti Anttinen is my name. I'm Finnish ambassador of Finland. I've been a bit more longer time than the colleagues here, 3 years, so my 4th year starting now. This may be my 7th or 8th time in Pokhara, in this area. I have also been in this hotel before, and just before Corona. So I have seen a bit what impact the COVID has had actually on the tourism here in Nepal, and I'm really happy to see that maybe now it's time to come back a little bit. You know, Nepal is open now for tourists. The visas are issued now for trekking tourists. I think that's a beginning to come back. Maybe this autumn season, not yet there in terms of numbers, but I'm sure that next year at some stage will come up more tourists and visitors. It is very easy to convince anybody to come to Nepal. I think this beauty of Nepal, the landscape is absolutely stunningly unique and beautiful, and the people are so friendly and welcoming. And this is this is not just saying that to be nice. It's real thing. People are so nice here, smiling, welcoming, and this is how you make tourists very comfortable. But as my colleague said is also, please pay attention to the sustainability point of view. Take care of the environment, take care of the rubbish. We don't want to see rubbish all around, which we didn't see because everything's cleaned up. But this is very important to make it a sustainable way. This is my advice. And also even those small things like road constructions, I'm sometimes a little bit Alicante disappointed to see that the roads are how they are made, destroying some of the old traditional tracks, and this is something that bigger picture is there, that people come because they love the environment, they love what they see. And this is makes a difference. So take care of it. Take care of the environment. This is my advice based on these 3 years. Today, I also wish to thank to the organizers. I think this was really good initiative. There are so many new colleagues here that never have been even outside Kathmandu, like Michael saying, and Kathmandu is not Nepal, it's just a tiny bit of Nepal. So Nepal is outside Kathmandu, and Pokhara is one, but also what we see here. So this is really important for us to have this experience, to colleagues have share this experience. So thank you so much.
One more question. Still pandemic has not been ended. Are you feeling safe to travel?
That's actually maybe my point also, that I think this is now a kind of period of transition. We are not in a normal situation. Even now, I don't know how wise this is because we are not using masks. But let's not forget that the pandemic is not yet over. So whatever measures there are, please obey them, observe them. It's good that vaccination campaign is there in Europe, in the whole world, in Nepal. But still, we have to be very mindful of Corona and COVID pandemic. It's not over yet. We have to make sure that we wash our hands, wear masks when it's needed, observe all these other precautionary measures that they have been. So, but this is a start, hopefully, to coming back to the normal. But let's keep that COVID still in our minds.
People from UAE or from different countries, and especially from my country, United Arab Emirates, they are also, we are maybe headquarter of tourists in the Middle East, and we receive around 20 million passengers or we have tourist side, and we hope from our market there's we can focus government of Nepal or our side, we can help in this sector to be asked to tell our people to come here. I think we can help in this.
Nepal, come to Malaysia. Thank you. Yeah, welcome, sir. Welcome to Nepal. Welcome to Himalayan region. Welcome, sir. Welcome to Nepal and welcome to Himalayan region.
Excellency, the German ambassador.
Welcome, sir. Welcome to our beautiful Nepal and welcome to our Himalayan region. Yeah, welcome.
मलाई परेन
सरलाई एकदम हाम्रो एकदम राम्रो
One. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. May I have your attention, Your Excellency? May I have your attention, Your Excellency? The tea and coffee is actually ready there on the table. If you want to enjoy a quick cup of tea or coffee, it's up to you. And then we are going to spend like a few minutes here to bombard you with so many interesting information about your hiking. During your time of tea and coffee, and then after we're gonna move in this fantastic trail. And हामी समातिन्छौँ नि के छ र भने We are missing the dean.
diri sendiri. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. My pleasure.
Zambia. Your first visit in Pokhara?
Third.
How is it? How do you feel?
Very good. Very good. Very good. Healthy.
The cliff is kind of taking down. Okay, so you end up now, I guess. So it was. Mine is actually very close to
Thank you.
Local plate made of this. This is traditional Nepali and it is considered very sacred and auspicious. Yes, how many? Hiking guide. Conference on accessible adventure. Accessible adventure. त्यो कन्सेप्ट त्यहाँबाट आयो अनि त्यो पछि अनि हाम्रो चाहिँ अनि अब यहाँको विशेष गरेर स्थानीय मान्छे अनि स्थानीय पदाधिकारी अनि एनजिपीको युएनजिपीको त्यस्तै गरेर चान्स हुने इन्डियन इम्बेसीको सम्पूर्ण मान्छेको एउटा
And we start building up the new building, this kind of new building, but we trying to use our with the old materials and the technology that we have. Our ancestors have been using. We are trying to giving more naturals, like we trying to get the stones. No, this is no Kali. It's Kali. It's a way of Shiva actually. In terms of this, many different gods in our Hindu.
Yes,
जसलाई त्यो विशेष समयमा मात्रै नौ दिन चाहिँ माटै भेट्न सकिन्छ चैत 10 यो हाम्रो जान्छन् अब त्यो हामीले राख्ने हामीले सुरक्षाको दृष्टिले हामी आफैले व्यवस्था गरेका छौँ त्यसको लागि अब यो आफैमा संस्कृति हामीले यहाँ के सङ्कल्प हुन्छ राज्यको लागि हुन्छ राज्यको विश्वको लागि तर पहिला पैसा आउँथ्यो पुजारी पनि हो त हामीलाई अहिले पूजाहरू 18वटा बलि 7वटा राजा अहिले चाहिन्छ तर हामीलाई राज्यले दिइरहेको हामी आफैले यसो जगेर्ना गरेर उठाएको अवस्था